Hello everyone and welcome to this video on Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield and well, the last couple of videos, well certainly the last video was about something modern. Actually the last couple of videos was about the Beast. So I thought I would do something a wee bit more retro. This is by special request of Billy Carr, who's here with LML3. Yes, there we go. And that's, and just to confuse you all, that's Nicola Sturgeon there on my laptop screen. And she's writing a letter to Theresa May explaining that we want the right to decide our own future, as befits a sovereign nation, which Scotland should be seen as. Anyway, this video is not about Scottish independence. Actually, all videos are about Scottish independence from this channel. But more specifically, this is about part of the utopian society that I hope to create in Scotland. And with that leads us to a DeskPro, obviously. And I don't have a cup of tea. But what we're going to be doing today is I've decided to just go for a Windows 95 only setup on here. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. Now I've taken the liberty of deleting the original partition table. The only partitions that exist on here now are actually the partitions, that, well, the diagnostics partition. So let's switch this on and start the process. You might also notice that the CD-ROM drive is no longer bright yellow. I actually changed it out with a white one. I'm sorry I've not been able to yet have the system be able to keep time. An ox or lamb, this machine isn't. Wait, why am I doing Christmas references when it's almost Easter? I actually ended up cutting out a Christmas reference out of the unboxing of the Beast video. I was saying it felt like Christmas, and then I went into quoting the lyrics of Feels Like Christmas by The Feeling. Okay, so what I'm going to do is boot without CD-ROM support for just now. Now I must explain that the 6th of April this year marks the 25th anniversary of Windows 3.1's going gold. So I've decided to celebrate that milestone by installing Windows 95, because, I mean, why not, right? So I'm going to run fdisk. Let's have a look at the partition information. Partition 1, non-DOS, megabytes 4. So that's the system diagnostics partition. I think this is Luke's favourite bit. No, I'm kidding on. And for those of you, just to recap, those of you who don't remember, which is probably everyone by now, this system is using a 4GB compact flash memory card. Alright, so now I have made the C drive partition. Now this machine will bug me until I set the date and time. It'll forget it game once it's switched off, but I may as well just kind of throw it in anyway, so I will. It'll save time in the long run. Now this time I do want to use CD-ROM support, so we will enable it in the boot menu, boot with the internal CD support, because why the hell not, right? While I'm doing that, I'll drop the Windows 95 disk in the drive. Yeah, this drive seems to be a wee bit squeaky. That's just brilliant. So I'm going to do a full format of drive C. And copy the system files using the /s switch, which will render this system bootable, hopefully. And no, we haven't sped the film up to 78 RPM. This is really how long a full format takes on a compact flash memory card. Okay, system transferred, volume label, DeskPro. So now we want to copy the files. And there we go. The files are now copying. So I will come back once they have actually copied, because, well, don't want folk vegetating. Look at all those cab files. What is this? The taxi rank outside Penn Station, New York City, New York. Hey, I'm driving here. Right. So now we have the cab files copied. I'm just going to eject the Windows 95 CD-ROM. We don't need that anymore. We can just install it from the hard drive. Oh yeah, yeah. We basically see the interest that this video's got. Yeah, that just says it all.
How depressing.
Great. Didn't realise I was supposed to, like, put on a silly show. So, welcome to this video, some Frontier video. So let's set the date so the computer stops going, You have failed to set the date and time, you ball bag. 4:41 in the morning, because I've got nothing better to do at this time of day, night. Okay, and we're going to run setup with the IS switch, which means it doesn't run ScanDisk. Because there's no high mem.sys loaded. Windows 95 setup needs that loaded to be able to run ScanDisk. Whereas Windows 98 setup does not. You can just type setup, ScanDisk will run, whether or not you have high mem enabled or not. So, pro tip there, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm looking squarely at you, Billy Core, Mr. I must run the /IS switch every time. Alright, so first screen of Windows 95 setup. Do not install to Windows.000. Jings. You'd have to be... Yeah. Now I'm going to put the product key in. Now for my name and organisation. And I could have it look for all these devices, because this computer does have a CD-ROM drive, network adapter, and it has a sound video game controller piece of card thing, whatever it is. What it is a Creative Labs AWE64 Sound Blaster Value Edition. So basically, yeah, I got it. It's from Asda. It's a smart price Sound Blaster card. Although I think it's called Asda Value now or something daft. Could get the Tesco Value version, which isn't made of silicone, it's made out of horse meat. Well, this is going to sit around trying to probe hardware for about 200 hours. So I'll just let it do what it's got to do in private. Screen that needs no introduction. Select components. For the network, I'm not going to install the adapter here, but I... oh dear. Sorry guys, we seem to have had a slight technical hitch there, but if you could, you know, if you could bear with us just a wee moment, we'll get it sorted out. So here we are at the next phase of setup. So Windows will ask you to log in, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Type my name in, and there we go. If you didn't install any networking components, Windows would not ask for this. There we go. Now it is just going to set up hardware, plug and play. Windows 95 is now setting up your hardware and any plug and play devices you may have. Thanks lads and lasses, appreciated that. Now it's copying files. I wonder if it's actually this machine uses the AMD PCNet Ethernet card from that kind of, yeah, I think AMD PCNet 3 series of networking cards. It's basically the same one that's used in VMware and VirtualBox, if I can remember rightly, and those by and large are generally picked up by Windows 95 without any problem at all. The only things I will probably install is the Compaq QVision display driver, and the obviously I want to install the full Creative Labs Sound Blaster AWE64 driver, you know, so that it can get all the features. I mean, there's stuff that I won't be able to use because it requires minimum of a 133 MHz processor. Nice. You know, we'll see. We'll see what's to be done. Just gonna basically now let this continue. So now it's getting to the last part of Windows 95. Now this is an out-of-the-box experience if ever I saw one, because I think what Windows 95 setup was trying to do in a perfect world, like advertising land, TV ad land, where everything just works, was it wanted you to set up your email client and your printer. So basically the first time you got to the Windows desktop, that was it, ready for work. Even better if you're upgrading from a previous version of Windows and still had all your applications, so it's just like, oh, take an hour or two to do this, and then there we go, we're actually on the right track. I'll just continue my work where I left off. Yeah, time zone set. But because we're not in TV land, I'm not going to be setting up any of these things. Configuring Windows messaging. Yep, okay. Set up a printer. Windows 95. There we go. And now it's just starting Windows 95. And pretty soon we will be at the desktop for the very first time. And there we are. Enter network password. Well, it's picked up that it needs to use the Windows networking, Microsoft networking login box, so that's always a good sign. Now it's Windows 95 always likes to do this, and so does 98. Find the monitor. Good. Found one. And it has found the sound card. And looking at the shade of teal that the background is, looks like it's found the graphics card as well. Right, Compaq Q Vision PCI. Obviously, I am going to install the actual driver. I always like to do that. But first, let's set up the network shares. So there's my server. So I do want the images. And I want share as well. So it's time to install some drivers. So first up, let's install the Universal Video Driver Manager. The Universal Driver Manager has found the following supported display adapter: Compaq Q Vision 1280/P+. Select OK to begin the driver installation for the adapter. Select OK to restart your system now. Well, let's see what goes on here. Starting Windows 95. Okay, so let's see if the driver has been updated. It would appear that it has. Go to settings. Can change the video, windowed VGA graphics, override PMP monitor. So, yep, everything seems to be on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the refresh rate down to 60. Much better. Now, what I'm going to do is set this to 800 by 600 16-bit color. And I think I will restart. Better for the system's health, you see. and just install all the other stuff. I will come back once I've I'll come back once I start the Creative Lab sound driver install. So we have a couple more things installed. I have installed Microsoft IntelliPoint version 2, and I've also installed the alternative Windows 95 pointers. Now, I've installed Microsoft IntelliPoint version 2 because you have scroll wheel support with it. And you can even reverse the response your programs have when you rotate the wheel. So if you want it to behave like a Mac with the quote-unquote natural scrolling, then get the fuck for your computers. You're obviously unfit for human society. No, I'm kidding on. But you could actually change it to the quote-unquote natural scrolling. And I guess we could find out whether it works. Here's the retro folder. And it does appear to work. So that is good. Been after the scrolling on Windows 95 for some time, and it was actually Billy Core who found it. So props to Billy there. Thank you very much. But now it's time to install the AWE64 sound drivers. I want to show you something, because while we have regular sound, including the joystick part as well, what we don't have is Creative SB AWE64 PMP. So any extra features that are offered by the AWE64 will not work until you install the drivers. But it's kind of nice that, well, I mean, obviously you would expect it to, but I mean, this thing will work in Sound Blaster 16 compatibility mode. It's great for all the games and that. And for playing that sound. I'm not too keen on the invisibility of this menu. It just, I don't know, it's just a bit disorientating. Anyway, let's go and install everything. I'm not going to install Cakewalk Express because I quite fancy installing the full version of Cakewalk. I love this creative keytar. I don't know if I told it to install the driver. This is a problem. It seems to be installing all the apps first. I would have thought that it would have wanted to install the driver first. It is strongly recommended you exit all other programs. Good, okay, did. Creative Inspire. I forget what this does. Creative Setup is preparing the install shield wizard, which will guide you through the rest of the setup process. Is it actually going to install me some sound card drivers now? Ah, yes. So here we are, we're just installing the Sound Blaster AWE64. Okay, well, let's see how well this takes. Well, all that seems to have been installed, and now we have the Creative Labs startup sound, and all the device drivers are there. AW 64 16-bit audio, SB16 compatible. Creative AW 64 wavetable MIDI AW 32 compatible. Creative GamePort joystick. So everything is now installed. And I guess we could test it out. Obviously with a very quiet canyon test that you probably cannot hear. That still sounds a bit FN synthesis-y. I wonder if we can change it over to this Advanced Wave Effects Synthesis for AW32. And now we'll try to game. There we go. I think this sounds absolutely brilliant. So, anyway, I think the best thing I can do now is go off and install all my programs. And I will come back once that is done. Well guys, so all my programs are now installed. So let's take a look at Windows 95.
Welcome to my house, everybody. The drinks are over there.
Yep. Stuart McDonald with the Laurie whatever it was band. Picked up a record at a charity shop, and it was an album entitled "A Wee Dram of Scotch." And the first thing you heard when you actually started the record was "Welcome to my house, everybody. The drinks are over there." But as you can see, we've got quite a few things installed and running. So I've not got everything I'd like installed. So let's have a look at what we do have. Kid Pix, obviously. Obviously. That blue's a bit bright. What about a dark blue? That's nice. Let's have a slightly different colour. Oh. Cosmic, man. See, what I like about this game is you press various keys, different things happen. And you get different things happening, and I think that's brilliant for the kids, actually. I think kids should be encouraged to learn and explore, obviously, you know, within reason. Giant domino. That reminds me of those old those old toy mobile phones that you'd get that were full of wee sweeties, and you'd press the number for it, it'd be I think it was trying to simulate someone dialing a number. But that's what this kind of reminds me of. Oh look, wee stars you can put on it, so you don't have to get real glittery stars that you find pretty much everywhere. Giant card pieces. I like these ones because they're trippy. A blue sun. Cosmic. Oh, I like that. Oh wow, that is pretty damn trippy. A wireframe rainbow. Now I've got to love the music as well. Obviously all this looks a complete mess, so there's only one thing for it. Obviously, dynamite. Kid Pix, though, it's a shame, but it is one of those programs that runs a lot better on the Mac. I've managed to get all the entertainment packs installed, but I had to create the program group for it manually. And I could play Tetris, but actually, I'm going to play PolyTris instead. This is like Tetris, but you get all different kinds of pieces. Pieces that you would not normally get in a regular Tetris game. So I'm just gonna enjoy this for a wee while, I think. Oh dear. Let's tone it. That didn't go very well at all now, did it? See, pieces like this that you'd think are actually quite easy. Very, very, very deceptively difficult. Yeah, but we'll get there, we'll get there. I wonder if I'm so late in actually making this video. It's like 25 to 5. Actually, it's 5 past 5 on a Tuesday morning. Hoping to have the video out by 8 o'clock on Tuesday evening, my time. I wonder if one of the reasons it's been so late is because I've been too busy playing this. But that's my own fault. I would never be one of those people to sue a game company for taking years of my life. No. There's a few people and organisations that I owe that to that I guess will remain nameless, because why the hell not? Okay, so I'm obviously losing. Anonymous. Well, those guys. Nice. So that's a DeskPro then. All nice and installed with Windows 95 OSR2. And only Windows 95 OSR2. So with that all said, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to click on the links to subscribe to the channel, to like videos on Frontier on Facebook, and to follow me on Twitter. But for the meantime, please do feel free to join me for my next video.